Hi, greetings of the day to everyone. I'm your host Sunil Mohan, and in today's spiritual understanding, we'll be talking about being the trustee of God. Let us understand what exactly means to be the trustee of God in spirituality. Spirituality actually introduces us to a very beautiful concept, which is being the trustee of God. When, for the first time, when we move on this path, we realize that being a spiritual soul, we possess a huge treasure given to us by our Master in the form of our thoughts, words we speak, actions we take, and the better understanding of our qualities, powers, time, and physical wealth. There is a possibility that we might have misused these treasures earlier, but with spiritual understanding now we learn how to use these treasures correctly for our spiritual upliftment or for our long-term benefits. Actually, when we say ours, we are talking about our soul. Whenever we address ourselves or me or anything like that, we actually mean our soul, because we are, as a physical body, we are nothing, but soul is the ultimate truth. As per the Supreme Master's instructions, we use these treasures for a positive purpose, not only for ourselves but also for others. And how is that? By introducing the state of truth. Now there is a very genuine question arises, and that is, what is the truth? Now, truth is a state in which our soul experiences its original virtues of peace, joy, love, bliss, purity, power, and wisdom. And by experiencing this true virtues of our soul, we in return, what we get? We experience spiritual growth. Each time when we deviate from this purpose, we come down spiritually and we do not grow. Let us understand what is this deviation from the spiritual path, and how does it affect in our life in a simple language. In today's life, in today's busy life, we do not realize, or rather forget, that we have great treasures given to us by the great Master, the Almighty God. And we are just only His trustees, and start believing that all these treasures are self-acquired. We start, understanding, or all our success, we start giving credit to our own self-acquired knowledge. This is the time when we deviate from the main purpose and we fall in the hardship and misery of life. But the great Master is very loving. And the great Master is not sitting anywhere outside. The great Master is right inside us. And great Master will soon bring us back to spirituality and make us understand the truth, the original virtue of life, by sharing the treasures with others as the trustee of God, the Supreme Master. This treasure can be defined as something of immense value in the form of physical and spiritual energies or resources which we own and possess. By the right use of physical and spiritual energies for ourselves and for others, we increase our spiritual self-values. Once that has increased, the value of all our physical dimensions of our life and our success in them also increases as a result. While it is important to realize that the treasures, the growth mentioned earlier, is of immense potential, since it helps us grow spiritually by their right use, whereas it is also important to maintain a relationship of detachment with them. Why detachment? Because we live with these treasures, with these success, with these virtues all the time, 24 hours a day. And it is very easy to get caught up with them and become attached to them and start believing these are all self-acquired. There is no outside, there is no cosmic, there is no godly interference here. Where there is an attachment, where there is a belief that it is all self-acquired, there is an ego. And where there is an ego, the physical and spiritual energies starts getting depleted. They start getting misused. So here is a warning. We must remember all the time that we are just the trustee of God, and we are here to share the great treasure with others, and we must surrender to the Supreme Master's wish. Now, what is surrender? It is not a visible surrender, or it is not a physical surrender. This is an invisible and non-physical surrender to the Master. Once these treasures are surrendered to Him, unlike worldly surrenders, the treasures don't remain with the Master. Why? The Master, He being the unlimited donor and being the incorporeal or bodiless, the Supreme doesn't keep them with Himself and returns all these virtues, all these treasures back to us. Surrender here is very deep, but it is on a mental level, not on a physical level. While returning the treasures back, the Supreme Master presents a condition in front of us. He says that since these treasures now no longer belong to you, we need to remove all sense of ownership over them and become His trustee. While taking care of them and using these treasures only for the purpose as instructed by Him. And the purpose is bringing the self and the others closer to the state of truth. The word trustee, where it comes from? It comes from the word trust. In this case, the Supreme Master says that he wishes and hopes that we keep his trust and don't break it at any cost, at any point of time. A common example is of trustees associated with temples and welfare associations. All the wealth and ornament that devotees offer in the temple out of faith, love and devotion for God, or all the wealth and property that people give in charity to welfare organization is taken care of by a group of trustees. In all these cases and more, while taking care of the wealth, honest trustees always keep the consciousness that this is not their wealth or property and will always use it in the right way as they have been instructed. This is called keeping the trust of the owner of the wealth. Hence the word trustee. Now, in this way, now a trustee, we throughout the day we keep a consciousness that the treasure of our thoughts, words, actions, qualities, powers, time, physical wealth, etc., etc., are the Supreme Master's property. And we have been appointed as His trustee by Him to take care of them. In this way, we will use these treasures in a positive way for a positive purpose of bringing ourselves and others close to the state of truth only, in the way Supreme Master wants us or has instructed to us. This establishes a relationship of detachment with the treasure and a positive relationship with the Master. And this benefits us and others at every step. This is all for today. I'll come back with another topic on spiritual understanding very soon. Till then, goodbye. And if you like this video, do share and subscribe my channel, The Spiritual Understanding. Thank you. Goodbye.